Right now, monkeypox cases dramatically rising in the U.S. We take a look at the numbers in and around Wisconsin and what health experts are saying.
Also, demands to fire a La Crosse sheriff after a picture shows him making what some believe to be a racist gesture.
And later, a new suicide hotline is set to launch tomorrow. We'll take a look at how it will impact those struggling with their mental health. Welcome to News 3 Now at 6. We begin with a growing number of reported monkeypox cases in America. That number jumping 40% in just one day.
Officials think the real count is higher because that's just confirmed and probable cases. There also hasn't been widespread testing. So here's a look at some of those numbers. According to the CDC website, there are 1,814 confirmed cases in the U.S. Wisconsin has 6 of those. Minnesota has 12, while Michigan has 13. Illinois is the state bordering us with the highest number of cases at 174. Now, that number of growing cases has many in our area concerned about the spread of this virus.
But based on what infectious disease experts at Madison hospitals are telling us, this statistic shouldn't worry you too much. Catherine Merck has more on what you need to know about this virus. Catherine?
What is monkeypox? How does it spread? And am I going to get it? These are the questions we're all wondering as more cases pop up across the country. Luckily, the answers from local officials are reassuring. We're asking the same questions many of you are. How concerned should I be about getting this right now? Luckily, the answers might provide some relief.
You know, I think the average person in the community shouldn't be highly concerned.
This is a low-risk scenario for the general population.
The low concern in our area comes from the way this virus spreads.
So the main way it's transmitted is skin-to-skin contact.
Casual passing by in the grocery store, for example, or sitting next to someone at a restaurant. It's not going to be how you get monkeypox.
However, low infection rates aren't making this virus go away altogether. The number of reported U.S. monkeypox cases just jumped 40% in one day. These experts say it's still important to keep the disease on your radar.
And it's not necessarily being overblown, but giving the community good facts. Remember prevention efforts and support prevention efforts, even if it's not directly affecting us.
On the coattails of the COVID-19 pandemic, the way we talk about viruses looks very different.
Coming off of a solid 2.5 years of really thorough discussion on COVID, I think the general public is just more well-versed in infectious disease discussions now.
Though these questions are new, the way doctors approach the answers to infectious diseases is nothing we haven't seen before. I broke down all of the questions I asked infectious disease experts into a list and shared it on our website at channel3000.com. There you can find all the answers to everything you need to know about this virus to make sure that you're aware, but also have some ease about this national story's impact on our area.
Catherine, thank you. And today, the Milwaukee County Health Department issuing a mask advisory for the city of Milwaukee. It recommends everyone over the age of 2, regardless of vaccination status or past COVID-19 infections, should wear a mask at all times when indoors and in a public setting. Yesterday, the county moved into the CDC's high level of COVID-19 community spread. We asked Public Health of Madison and Dade County if there was a chance we could see a similar advisory here. And they said right now we're in a medium risk level, which does not call for such an advisory.
A Wisconsin judge says the state prison system's COVID-19 visitor policy violated state law. That's after the Archdiocese of Milwaukee filed a lawsuit in 2021 demanding state corrections officials relax their COVID-19 protocols and allow ministers to visit inmates. The policy was in place from March 13th, 2020 until June 21st of 2021. The Archdiocese alleged that the Department of Corrections policy violated a state law that grants clergy of all faiths weekly visits with prisoners and inmates' constitutional right to freedom of religion. The Vila Zoo is starting to phase out some of its bird flu precautions as cases decrease across the state. In an Instagram post, the zoo said its flamingos, cranes, and penguins will once again be able to use their outdoor spaces. The zoo's aviary remains closed, but officials hope to reopen it sometime in the next few weeks. And let's check your certified most accurate forecast now with Chief Meteorologist Gary Canaldi.
Well, the rain is done, but the humidity levels are high across southern Wisconsin. Let's take a look at visible cloud track. We started to get some breaks in the clouds, but with all the humidity, just as soon as those breaks start to appear, the temperatures warm up by a couple of degrees, and the clouds just kind of fill right back in. But we're not seeing much in the way of rain across southern Wisconsin. The showers and thunderstorms from this morning have now moved into Indiana and Michigan and are moving away from us. High-resolution Doppler radar shows very little precipitation. And 6-hour future track radar shows maybe a shower or storm popping up in a spot or two, but just most areas are probably going to stay dry. High temperatures held down because of the clouds. 74, the best we can do at Madison. Janesville only topped out at 72. To the west, it was a little warmer. La Crosse at 82, 80 in Boscobel. And right now, temperatures are still in the mid to upper 70s over southwestern Wisconsin. A little cooler closer to Lake Michigan. But the dew point temperatures are in the mid 60s to the lower 70s as the humidity levels continue to increase. That could lead to a slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm tonight or tomorrow. Probably see some fog overnight as well with a low of about 64. Tomorrow's high at 81 with a few more breaks in the clouds. And Sunday will be in the mid 80s. Humidity levels will stay high, but the rain chances go down as we head into early next week. More in the forecast in just a few minutes.
The search continues for a missing Milwaukee 15-year-old. Janiah Walker has been missing since June 23rd when she left her home in Milwaukee. She was wearing a green Adidas shirt and carrying a large backpack when she left. Janiah is 5'3" and weighs 130 pounds. She has black hair, brown eyes, and a history of mental illness. If you've seen Janiah or have any information on her whereabouts, please call 1-800-THE-LOST. Fire officials in Madison say cigarette butts are to blame for a fire on a deck at a home on the city's east side earlier this week. Crews were called to the 5800 block of Gemini Drive just before 11 o'clock Wednesday night. When they got there, they found a fire had started inside a plastic planter pot that was being used as an ashtray and a bin for cigarette butts. Fire officials are reminding people to throw their cigarettes away in containers that won't catch on fire or melt.
A photo of 10 La Crosse County Sheriff's deputies at a music festival has led to some controversy over a hand gesture. Sergeant Brandon Penscover is third from the right in this picture. In it, you can see him making the OK hand gesture, but according to the Southern Poverty Law Center, that gesture is sometimes used by white supremacists as a way to symbolize white power. Now, community members are calling for Penscover to be fired.
It's really hurting the police force by making gestures like that. If you don't stand up for what is right, then you'll fall for anything.
In an email, La Crosse County Sheriff Jeff Wolf says Penscover's gesture, quote, had no intent as perceived. Police officials in northwestern Wisconsin say they've arrested an officer who was involved in a deadly crash today while off duty. Sergeant Greg Swanson is being held in the Douglas County Jail on a possible charge of homicide by intoxicated use of a vehicle. The two-car crash happened in Superior at about 1:15 in the morning. Police say the crash resulted in the death of a 23-year-old man. 2 of the 3 other occupants in the victim's vehicle were taken to the hospital. The extent of their injuries remain unknown. Suicide counseling and prevention is about to be more accessible when the new 3-digit Suicide and Crisis Lifeline officially goes live tomorrow.
It was born from a bipartisan bill headed by Wisconsin Senator Tammy Baldwin. News 3 Now's Arman Rahman has more from the senator.
Yep, 988. That's all you need to dial to be connected to 24/7 support for thoughts of suicide, mental health, or substance abuse crises. And last year, health officials say about 2,900 calls from Wisconsin for suicide were taken by the National Lifeline, so it's clear that the care needed to be more accessible. So what happens when someone in Wisconsin calls or texts 988? They'll be connected to one of 26 counselors at the Wisconsin Lifeline Call Center in Green Bay, and veterans will get even more specialized care.
Any veteran in crisis can now call 988, press the number 1, and be connected with the Veteran Crisis Line. You will be connected with a real person qualified to support veterans.
Now, Congress designated the 988 code in 2020 after a bill by Senator Baldwin and former Colorado Senator Cory Gardner. Now, 988 will not replace the old 10-digit suicide hotline number. Both will be routed to the new Lifeline Crisis Hotline. For now, in Madison, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
If you or someone you know is struggling, please call the number on your screen. And after tonight, call 988. Coming up on News 3 Now at 6, how Madison is preparing for the upcoming fall elections.
Plus, the U.S. Postal Service looking for help. How they say you can turn a first-time job into a full-time career. Stay with us.
Son, it's about time we had the talk. It's time you knew the truth. Windows can take a beating, especially here in the Midwest. When it's time to replace them, call Feldco.
Isn't Feldco offering 2-for-1 windows right now, Dad?
They are, son. They are.
Less talk, more action. 2-for-1 Windows from Philco makes home improvement easy and affordable.
2-for-1 Windows ends soon. Call now.
Quality windows, siding, and doors. Call 866 for Philco.
Right now at Steinhafels, save big on all of our best sellers. Start with savings of 35% off store-wide. Then get great deals on all of our best-selling mattresses, bedrooms, sofas, dining rooms, and so much more. Something for every style and every budget at the guaranteed lowest prices. So shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com during the Best Sellers event. Relax, it's Steinhafels.
A new Chevy is the smart way to hit the open road this summer. The smart way to road trip and seek new adventures. Go a little farther this summer in a new Chevy. Find new get up and go, find new roads. Qualified lessees can sign and drive this Equinox for around $340 a month. Tax, title, license, and dealer fees are extra. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
I want to share my story so others can know that they are not alone.
When my mom and dad were first expecting, the pregnancy had complications and there was very little chance of survival. My mom's health was at risk too. She chose to end the pregnancy.
It was my decision, not some politicians.
Every woman should have the right to make her own decision. And I'll fight alongside you every step of the way until you do. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Welcome back. Believe it or not, the August 9th primary is a little more than 3 weeks away, and the city of Madison is hard at work getting everything ready. Mayor Satya Rhodes-Conway says the city will be prepared and has received thousands of absentee ballot requests.
We've had over 20,000 absentee ballots issued, and we've gotten about 20+% of those returned already. So I think folks are excited for this election, are participating in it, and I expect that we'll see a good turnout on Election Day.
And Wisconsin is an open primary state, which means you can choose any partisan primary to vote in, but you can only vote for the party you choose.
And today we now have report cards for how well campaigns have raised money in the first half of the year. Political reporter Will Keneally breaks down those numbers for us. Will?
So Eric, the name of the game here 4 years ago. At 5 o'clock, we walked you through the governor's race, and you can find that on channel3000.com. But here's a look at some other key races this fall. In the Attorney General race, incumbent Josh Kahles raised $1.2 million in the first 6 months of 2022. That's more than one of his other Republican challengers, Adam Jarko, who raised only $448,000 over that same period. We're still waiting on numbers for the other two Republican candidates running in that race. If you compare that to 4 years ago, Adam Jarko's $448,000 is on par with candidates running back then. At that time, Josh Kahles trailed incumbent Republican Brad Schimmel by just $80,000 at this point in the campaign. The race for Secretary of State is also interesting as well. That office essentially maintains the state seal, but Republicans want to add election oversight duties to that position. In that race, incumbent Democrat Doug LaFollette has raised $19,000 so far. He has a Democratic challenger, but we don't have numbers from her yet. He has two Republican challengers, Amy Loudenbeck, a former state rep, who's raised $98,000, and Jay Schroeder, who's raised $8,000. Now that's a huge jump compared to 4 years ago. In the first 6 months of that campaign, LaFollette raised only $2,000. By election that year, he had garnered $5,000. Again, that's compared to the $19,000 that he's raised so far this year in the first 6 months. So overall, it's looking like it'll be an expensive campaign this year. You can see our full breakdown at channel3000.com.
The U.S. Postal Service is looking to fill immediate openings at its Madison facility. Today, they held a job fair for multiple positions, including Rural Carrier Associate, Assistant Rural Carrier, and City Carrier Assistant. And there is plenty of room to grow a career.
The thing is, once you start as a carrier, perhaps, and then there's a ton of other opportunities within the postal system. There's like 2,000 different positions in the Postal Service. So it's not just carriers or working in the plant or working at the window as a clerk. There's all kinds of IT jobs and personnel jobs and all kinds of things, but from managers, station managers, postmasters, those kind of things. So a lot of people come in as a carrier and find their way through the system and realize there's other opportunities in advance once their career gets started. So
The USPS in Madison holds job fairs every Friday at the main office. You must be 18 years old and be able to pass drug screening and a criminal background investigation. Applicants must be available to work weekends and holidays.
Still ahead, the latest Summerfest numbers are out, how attendance numbers compare to last year.
Plus, how the government is planning to crack down on those robocalls trying to sell you a car warranty.
Plus, a wet start to the weekend. Gary is back with what you can expect for the rest of it with his complete forecast. Stay with us.
Black Friday deals have come to July at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save up to 60% off appliances. Doorbuster microwave, just $39.95. And top-load washers start at $5.80. At Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley off the Beltline in East Springs Drive.
Chevy Silverado. It's got the power you want and the capability you need to do the job so you can get to the important work. Find new moments, find new roads. Enjoy the open road and make no monthly payments for the rest of summer on all Silverado pickups. Plus, get 2.49% financing when you finance with GM Financial. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Introducing Masterforce Boost 20-volt cordless power tools, the latest in heavy-duty innovation, where tool and battery intelligently sync for maximum power and performance. Brushless motors deliver up to 10 times longer life and 50% more runtime. More torque to drill through the toughest jobs, more speed to make short work of the project at hand. Masterforce Boost, the newest member of our 20-volt line, exclusively at Menards.
Mom, Abel's looking for you.
Oh, all right. As parents, we know that all Wisconsin kids should grow up in a healthy, safe world. As a women's health doctor, I know that access to abortion services is fundamental to personal and economic success. I'm going to fight for financial security so Wisconsin families can succeed and even dream. I'm Jillian Bettino, a mother, a doctor, a fighter, and I'm running for Wisconsin State Treasurer.
Is this the new phone? Yeah. With US Cellular, I got to pick any phone that I wanted for free. And I was already a customer. Any brand? With any size? I got exactly what I wanted. Big screen, big storage. I cannot remember the last time I had so many different options.
At US Cellular, new and current customers can get any phone from any brand free.
Are you actually texting them? I don't know. I just thought I would just...
US Cellular, where every plan is price protected.
Black Friday deals have come to July at Ashley. Get discounts of up to 60% off on doorbusters throughout the store. Plus 60-month special financing, no minimum purchase, and no money down on in-stock items. Don't miss the best Black Friday deals on all furniture now, only at Ashley.
You are watching News 3 Now at 6.
Welcome back. You get them all the time. Robocalls. Last month, Americans received more than 7 billion of them. One of the most common are about car warranties. The call blocking app RoboKiller says last year Americans received almost 13 billion of those calls. But now the FCC is cracking down. The agency recently told several voice service providers to stop allowing illegal robocalls, and the Ohio Attorney General filed suit against a telemarketing group responsible for billions of them.
The suit itself alleges unfair and deceptive acts and practices, and it also alleges illegal robocalls and robocalling activity, things like calling people who are on the Do Not Call registry.
RoboKiller's Julia Porter says if you don't recognize a number, just don't answer, and if you do answer and it sounds suspicious, simply hang up.
Let's check in with Gary for a complete look at your forecast.
Well, the humidity is continuing to increase thanks to the rain that we had earlier today. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Look for that humidity to stick around for a while, pretty much through all of next week and into the start of the following week. And look for high temperatures, lower 80s tomorrow, mid 80s on Sunday, and then up to around 90 degrees with heat index readings in the mid to upper 90s for Monday, and will be almost as warm for Tuesday. High temperatures over the next 10 days. The average high temperature, 82. Will be at 81 for tomorrow, but every day after that, those temperatures above normal, some cases significantly above normal, and that trend is going to continue. This is the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook from the Climate Prediction Center. I don't see any part of the lower 48 states that is expected to see below normal temperatures or even normal temperatures. Everybody is above normal with the highest probabilities right through the plains, and Madison not far behind. Precipitation expected to be below normal through much of the west, above normal in the east, and Madison kind of in between. A lot of that just depends on spotty shower and thunderstorm chances. The more widespread rain that we had earlier today has shifted off to the south and east. Now we're not seeing much of anything, maybe a sprinkle or two in a couple of spots. And it looks like the next couple of days, can't rule out an isolated shower or thunderstorm chance, but we're going to stay dry. As we head into Tuesday, the Storm Prediction Center has outlooked much of the upper Midwest, including all of Wisconsin, for the possibility for severe thunderstorms. But what's interesting here is this is a very iffy proposition. The atmosphere will certainly be primed for severe weather, but there's not going to be much to trigger it off. So at this point, it's more likely that we won't even see any thunderstorms at all. The better chances will stay up in northern Wisconsin, but it's possible that a line of thunderstorms could develop and then sweep southeastward. That's why this risk is out there. So something to keep an eye on, but right now I'm thinking we may not only see severe thunderstorms, but also stay dry. And over the next couple of days, this is future track precipitation. Again, there's an outside chance of a shower or thunderstorm here, but the better chances for rain are going to stay out to the west in the Dakotas and western Minnesota. On weather track, you can see this large area of high pressure aloft. This is where the center and the core of the heat is, and showers and thunderstorms kind of right around the outside of this ring of fire type situation. And we're going to see maybe another shower or thunderstorm at some point over the next couple of days, but the better chances are probably still well away from us. This low pressure system to our south is taking all of the rain with it. High pressure will build in from the north, but temperatures are still warm, and because of the rain, the humidity levels are high. Temperatures 70s here, 80s to the west. Look at Des Moines, Iowa. They're at 89 degrees, and the dew point is at 75. Our dew point is high at 64, but ours will continue to increase. Feels like 99 degrees in Des Moines, and that's a sign of things to come, unfortunately. For tomorrow, look for variably cloudy skies, warm and humid. Can't rule out an isolated shower or thunderstorm. High temperature at 81. On future tracks, some fog a possibility tonight, but also just an outside chance of a shower or thunderstorm. Lows in the mid-60s. Highs tomorrow, lower 80s. Lows tomorrow night in the mid-60s, and highs in the mid-80s on Sunday with a little more sunshine. But again, you see very little in the way of shower or thunderstorm chances, even though the humidity levels will stay high. Highs near 90 Monday and Tuesday. Outside chance of a shower or thunderstorm Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening. Then mainly dry for much of next week with temperatures mid to upper 80s. More humidity and maybe a thunderstorm chance perhaps toward the start of the following week.
Summerfest is seeing a boost in attendance compared to last year, but numbers still haven't returned to pre-pandemic levels. Organizers released this year's attendance, which totaled at more than 445,000 visitors. That is still almost 50% less than what it was prior to the pandemic. The last pre-pandemic festival happened in 2019, and it had more than 718,000 visitors. However, that festival lasted 2 days longer, and the days were consecutive rather than spread across several weekends.
And coming up in sports, more on why a group of former Badgers took to the links this morning and the message that they hope their amateur golf club will send.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
I'm Tim Michaels. Commanding the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier was an honor beyond measure. America is a miracle of countless sacrifices from unknown patriots. Honoring that is our duty. But today, America is under attack by radicals trying to tear down everything that makes America great. This is a fight we cannot lose. I'm Tim Michaels. I'm running for governor to help save the America that those before saved for us.
Those brave men and women of our armed forces, generations of them. Why should today's burdens fall back onto them? They were there for us. Now let's be there for them. Your local Wisconsin energy providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund are working together to deliver Wisconsin veterans in crisis heat, power, and help staying in their home. But they can't do it alone. Donate today.
Hy-Vee hot deals are super hot this Friday through Sunday. Get a 24-pack of Pepsi products, only $8.48. Plus, get a 5-cent fuel saver. A 40-pack of Hy-Vee purified water, only $3.99. Plus, get a 5-cent fuel saver. And the savings are hotter than hot on our special recipe brats. Get 8 for only $12. Plus, get a 16-cent fuel saver. Scan the QR code and check out HyVeeDeals.com for more deals.
What happens to your body language when you use Dove Dry Spray? It shows. Try Dove Dry Spray. Our weightless formula with 1/4 moisturizers is effective and kind to skin, leaving you feeling instantly dry and confident.
Soak in the savings at the Century House. Right now, get a $100 instant rebate for every $1,000 you spend on any qualifying stressless seating. Don't miss the perfect opportunity to fill your home with the world's most comfortable seating for less. It's time for Stressless, proud to be endorsed by the American Chiropractic Association. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Saturday morning, our Will Loper breaks down his top 3 picks for movies and shows streaming now. And Julian's tracking thunderstorms this weekend. Your certified most accurate forecast Saturday at 5 and 8.
A slate of former Badgers and other big names in the sports world from taking over Glen Golf Park. Melvin Gordon, Daria Agumbawale, and even Bo Jackson, all showing up and showing out for the first anniversary tournament of Vibes Golf Club. The goal and mission of Vibes is to break the stereotypes surrounding the game of golf. This amateur club is a collaborative effort with most of the help coming from almost 10 former Wisconsin football players. They hope that through hosting tournaments and events around the area, they'll show that anyone can play golf.
Growing up as a kid, golf was never even thought about. Like, I've never picked up a club until, maybe one time with one of my friends. But I was just like, yeah, this is, I don't know what this is. I don't know what I'm doing. But to me, it was just like kids, especially kids that look like me, act like me, hair like mine. We only look at football and basketball as a way out, to provide for our families. And, I was just thinking, like, it doesn't have to be that.
It was an emotional outing at St. Andrews as Tiger Woods misses the cut for this year's Open Championship. As the 15-time major champion crossed over the historic Spokane Bridge and up 18, he raised his cap to thousands of fans who cheered him on. While he tries for a birdie on the final hole and he'll settle for a par putt, Woods finishes 9 over.
The ovation I got at 18 is something that I'll always remember, just because I don't know if I'll ever be able to play another one again. So here, future ones, yes, but I don't know if I'll be able to be around for the next one.
As for the rest of the field, Cameron Smith steals the show on 14, drains an eagle putt. He sits atop the board at 13 under, heading into moving day. Johnny Davis returns to the hardwood tonight for a meeting with the Pacers. Davis is coming off an 8-point performance against the Pelicans, and so far in the Summer League, he's averaging just over 8 points a game. Tip-off is set for 8. We're going to have more on this former Badger tonight at 10. And in case you missed it last night, Brewers took the series opener with the Giants in dramatic fashion. Jonathan Davis drove in the go-ahead run in the 10th inning, and despite a rocky start for Corbin Burns, he made franchise history last night. Now has the most games with 10 or more strikeouts with 19. Game 2 of the series is tonight at 9:15.
All right, Jordan, thank you. Let's go to Gary. Final check of the forecast.
Not much out there precipitation-wise. Just an outside chance of a shower or thunderstorm tonight or tomorrow.
Gary, thank you, and thanks for joining us. Produced, Rita at 6.
Have a great evening, and we'll see you back here at 10.